Honest to the members in all stations of the Moorish Science of America, here, there, and everywhere. Honors to Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay. Honors to the Universal Negro Improvement Association, UNIA. Yes, the UNIA. Past leaders who held up their agreement with the John the Baptist returned Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay. Honors to everything that is Moorish without leaving anything out. Lessons in life, part whatever. Whatever this number may be, probably six. Likely six, I guess. But we got to make for sure that we are on top of our current events. Not to be stressed out, not to be far-fetched from life, but keep living life, keep the lights on, keep the food going, you know what I'm saying? Stack up as you go, you know what I mean? Because it's about to get crazy. One's want to talk about different things that has no purpose, twerking and walling out and all this other stuff, and people tend to lose their way because they don't think. They live for the day, but they don't live for the future. And you probably asking a question, Brother Morris, like, what do you mean by that? You have to. It's like saying, looking at ants. They work a lot. They do a lot of toiling. They get food, store food for a rainy day. Well, when people are being called ignorant, people want to be hurt. At the end of the day, why are we in front has facts and truth? Why do we have to be so defiant against our own nature? Why do we have to be subservient to someone else's thinking? Even though we're a free thinker, we still be subservient to this way of life because we gotta pay taxes and all of that. The birds and bees don't have to pay taxes. Animals don't have to pay taxes. Getting fruit from the tree is not stealing. It's for free. But mankind, European mankind, put taxes on everything. And what he does is he wants to control and run everything. He's never satisfied. Gimme, gimmes. And never wants to look at a people as equal, but yet and still look at people as peasants. And that's what the common people are. Common people are peasants. We are serving the master. Serving the rich people. Rich folks who are the elites, allegedly, are taking all of our hard-earned finances and storing it away until we claim the taxes, until we claim ourselves, until we claim our rights as citizens of America. And you can't be Caucasian and say you American. It's just not gonna happen. You can't say you white and American because now you can't identify with ethnicity and nationality. You can't put the two together because one is representing nationalism and the other one is representing the District of Columbia, which is totally irrelevant to nationalism. when we start thinking for ourselves, and when we start understanding that everybody else has a nationality, and you ask yourself the question, where's my nationality at? But you classify as a black person, and your skin ain't even black. How does that make sense, family? This is why I have started this show called Lessons in Life. Because a lot of people think, oh, I just work, get paid my taxes, I'm just living, go party, woo, and turn up and all this other stuff. Okay, there's a time where you're supposed to do that when you're high school or whatever, turn up and everything. When you get to 19 years old, you're supposed to slow down. 19, 20 years old, you're supposed to be more knowledgeable on what you want to do. And in most cases, not everybody thinks the same. But we all know that in certain situations in real life, whatever happens in high school stays in high school. Things that reputation travels, and some people choose their career, whether they want to be street pharmacists, street assassins, whether they want to be harlot male prostitutes, gigolos, gangsters, hoes. You're not even a gangster because you say you from a hood. But now we got to think, what are we calling ourselves? What is so honorable in being a gangbanger? Can you go to the Italians and say you a gangbanger? Can you go to the mafia and say that you're going to take over their hood? You that bad, right? I don't think so. You're weak. Anytime a group of people call themselves gangsters and they humiliate people who choose not to defend themselves, then you're just a straight coward. This goes with the Rothschild Rockefellers, that goes for the mafia, that goes for every gang member who preys on people who don't want to defend themselves and don't want no trouble. You keep escalating trouble, you already know what's going to happen to you. The promissory note has already been written in your future. You're going to end up dead. Or they say unalive. You're going to end up paralyzed and can't even move. You're going to end up in jail being someone's boyfriend as a man. You're going to be in prison as someone's boyfriend. Because now you ain't getting out. Now you got 25 to life. So now your hood can care less about you. They ain't going to come see you. They ain't going to put money on your books. Why? Because they're felons. They run your track record. What are you doing? What are you doing for your community because you gangbanging on the plantation? Your mother and father don't care about you because you're gangbanging. If your mother and father were right and they gangbanging, wouldn't that try to teach you to do the right thing and teach you that this is not the way to go, son? Daughter, this is not the way to go. It's not the life to live. You gotta watch your back constantly paranoid. That's living life, right? Wow, somebody's really mentally disturbed and mentally impaired. They can't see nothing else but gangbanging and being around their buddies and their house boys and house girls and house niggers and all this other stuff. This girl nigger right here and this boy nigger right here. Yeah, I said it, because that's what y'all call each other. It's called slander and defamation of character. And that's what y'all continue to call each other. Oh, this is my nigga right here. Well, you call someone nigga, it's like saying the same thing as nigger. What's the difference? The ER or the A is still serves its same purpose. A peasant. That's what it is. A person who don't think, a person who just lazy and they just go out and commit crime. Just go out there and harm people like the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, I'm getting on them too. Let's call the facts what it truly is. You got all this fancy saying alleged is facts. But I mean, not only we dealing with gangbanging here, but we gangbanging abroad. This is why we have issues, because of so-called mammies and pappies don't want to be mothers. Fathers. They just want to open their legs and have a quick joy for maybe 60 seconds, maybe 2 hours or whatever. Or maybe they had a nice 2 chocolate chip cookies and a nice tall glass of milk and 5 Viagra. Perhaps. Whatever. You got these old folks walking around and trying to molest young people. That's going on here and abroad. That's what you see going on in the churches even. This is what you see going on in a lot of these other religious organizations, but they keep it quiet though. You know why? Because as long as the child is happy and we giving them hush money, it's going to be okay. Get that, whatever you want to get. But let me just dab with you right quick because, you know, I'm turned on by you, and God has told me to talk to you and console you even, because you're just a person of the church. But I may have a wife, but I'll provide for you whatever you need. Let's just not tell my wife. Let's not tell the first lady of the church, shall we? And this is how they talk. This has been going on long before I was born. I may be a man of God, but I got feelings too. I aims to please, and I needs to be pleased. Whoa, that's a little far-fetched, ain't it? That's a little lustful, ain't it? But you're supposed to be a man of the great God of the universe, right? Y'all wear Jehovah or something. But you acting just like the priest. He wants his way with the men, young men. He wants his way with the children because they're not going to say nothing. Children at an early age, depending on the child, is innocent, whether you like it or not. These are the things that ones go through, and then you wonder why these children are acting out. You wonder why these children are so quick to be promiscuous and stuff like that, because of what's going on in your religion. We can sit here and talk about this all day, but as far as my channel is concerned, I give myself probably about 20-some minutes for every lessons in life. I try not to be lengthy because the most important thing is getting to the root, getting to the point, and then after, later on tonight, I'm gonna go live again, and I'm gonna but now back to what I was saying about here's back to Mr. Preacher Man. Oh yeah, you know, that girl right there, I know I got her pregnant. But Laura's gonna forgive me. The church is gonna forgive me. But man, I hope the first lady don't find out that I got her pregnant. Now I have to be very discreet about taking care of this baby right here. Or maybe I can tell her to abort, and I will continue to finance her, get her a new car or something. go expect something from the collection plate. Because she to be taken care of. Whether y'all know it or not, what I was just narrating on is what really goes on in the church long before I was born. And this is still going on. I mean, I've witnessed a lot, I've seen a lot. I mean, I've had a brother tell me this brother had long braids, so-called crib braids in his hair, whatever. And he told me that while he was closing his eyes and had his hands up, this woman unzipped his pants and started groping him and touching him and stuff. That's what he told me. And man, this is straight lust, yo. And I didn't believe it, but he said it happened. I'm not gonna say it's alleged, but these are things that really truly happen in churches, yo. Especially when you're dealing with churches with a whole bunch of women. You know? And the problem is, like, a woman can't even get a man because of the simple fact that only way you're going to get a man is you're going to pull him to the side and pray for him and start stroking him until you get like get an orgasm or something like that. And I'm saying this because it's a lot of lust going on, and there's a lot of incompetency going on. And you know, a woman can't find love, so the best thing she can do is just grope somebody in the church or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or he gropes the woman and he finds her attractive, or they whatever. Or two dudes getting it on in the church bathroom, sodomizing each other. Hey, it happens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying this: you're not gonna catch these things going on in more science, because ain't no two dudes going to the bathroom at the same time. Nope, not with us. We don't play that. But always be mindful of who you around. Just because one say certain things doesn't mean that's how they perceive life, or they perceive life the same way as you do, or vice versa. So once you understand that people are about corruption, this is where you have to distance yourself. Yes, it may be a hard pill to swallow. Yes, it may be a horse pill. Yes, you thought this person was your best friend, and they turn their back on you. Wow. All you gotta do is guard yourself. Be careful what you call your friend. We gotta start doing some real thinking, family. As I said in my one of my quote of the days, I said, good people are like needle in a haystack. They're hard to find. And this is true. Because genuine people don't show out the way these Jezebel women and these sons of Herod or Ahab, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So when we start really understanding behavior, certain things tend to come out the equation. The person who we thought we knew turn their back on us. The person who we bawled our eyes out to and thought that was our friend turn their back on us. And that hurts more than anything in the world. And you thinking to yourself, what happened? What did I do wrong? But all in all, either you did something wrong, or they just show their true colors, and they were tired of being wearing sheep's clothing and they're being a wolf. You know, that gets irritating after a while, faking and playing a role. So when we understand human behavior and differences, we tend to lose ourselves in people and admire people, but not look at ourselves and change it for the better. So we have to understand: do 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 a group of people serve best interests? Are people true friends like they say they are? And if so, then why do they treat us sour? Why do they give us hardship? Why do they give us things that is nothing related to friendship? But yet still they want to set us up and murder us and see us get locked up so that way they can covet or lust after things that we already have. I never understood why, people choose certain things in life for themselves, but yet and still they want to impose this guiltiness upon other people so that way they can get sympathy. And I'm just being honest because when first and foremost, you should never have a pedophile in your house to begin with. Number one, you should be doing some serious track record, background check on people. Because people appear to be who they are, but they appear to wear angels' clothes, but they're all devils. So when you surround yourself with these people, you become them because you're constantly interacting with them. You're interacting ideas and spirits and stuff. And then as soon as you get caught with your red hand in the cookie jar, then you can be like, what just happened? Why am I acting this way? Why am I acting unruly? Or thus and so and thus and so? Because you've been dealing with the wrong person and you lost yourself. You lost your morals. You lost your higher self. And now you're demonstrating on hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, stuff, and everything that harms. So, wow. So, in a few minutes, family, I'm about to cut this short because all lessons in life, this is part 6. We need to cut this live short because I have a few limited things to take care of. So y'all be safe, y'all be straight. Keep your eyes on the righteous prize, and I pray that whatever trials and tribulations y'all go through, I pray that y'all conquer in the name of peace. I'm gonna say peace and love, Islam. And I see we got one like, praise Allah for the like. So take these lessons, download them. These are meant for adults only. I'm also put the E for explicit because I use explicit words, not necessarily slander, but words that are not meant for the little ears to hear. So I'll pretty soon one day do another one for children. So that way children can be aware of their surroundings. Because you got all this pedophilia going on. Children are being captured. Man. Just call the facts what it is, family. I need y'all to do some serious thinking about what's going on right now. Make sure you guys get a trade. Make sure you're jack of all trades. So just make sure you know how to plan food, cook, clean, and sew, which a lot of y'all don't know how to do anyways. So y'all lost in the sauce. And this only applies to the ones who it applies to, not the ones who are about this life. What do we got here? We got LOL 201. Islam family. Peace and love. I'm out.